So next up, the
What?
the ridiculous one,
Oxygen?
which is you're claiming oxygen is a hallucinogen.
Oh boy. Welcome back to Road Rage still. We were thinking of changing the name a few times, but haven't come up with anything yet, so it's going to be Road Rage for the time being. Today, we decided to highlight some of the prevailing conspiracy theories out there. Before we get started, we'd like to point out that we do not endorse any of these theories, nor do we believe in any of them.
Yeah.
This is just for educational purposes, and you should do your own research and make sure that you're aware of like the details and if it's been debunked or not. Like, we're not saying that all of these are real or that there has never been a true conspiracy theory, but just have some nuance when you're doing your research and be on your guard for misinformation and stuff.
Yeah, we're not claiming any of this as fact. I see it as just for your entertainment purposes. So let's start off with lucid dreaming / astral projection and how the CIA is a little involved in that.
Oh, whoa, we are going big for the first one, okay.
So we have dreams, right? Most of the time we have dreams that we can't really control what's going on, or we don't really know that we are in a dream. Things just happen, for example, falling from a building, or you're flying, or for some reason you dream about you having like teeth missing. And these are actually tied with like subconscious, like emotional states. But going beyond that, like to lucid dreaming, it's a completely different game where you're in full control and you know what you're doing. You know you're in a dream and you can control what happens exactly. Some things that people have done is they claim that they have done a lot of learning and research in their dream states, like doing full studies or experiments in their dream world, or they can talk to their subconscious mind while in the dream world. I've also found people claiming that they have access to the Akashic records, which is like this cloud drive of knowledge of every existent being that was, is, and will be. It's like God's library kind of thing.
Is it like accessed by some supercomputer, or like where do they get it?
I don't know how this library of knowledge is stored, but it's sort of like a cloud thing, like for
like iCloud.
Yeah, iCloud or something like a Google storage kind of thing, and you access this by different means. Some people do meditation, but you can also apparently access it through lucid dreaming. But anyways, so yeah, people have used it for problem solving and doing research or studies or talking to the subconscious mind and help them sort of change their mental health even. But there's an interesting story where a woman goes to her psychologist claiming that she's been dreaming the same dream of the same man, and the psychologist or the psychiatrist later finds that the other patients have also seen this exact picture of the same man with the same description.
What does he look like?
It's just like a creepy guy. I'll show a picture.
Like Jeffrey Epstein type of guy?
It doesn't have glasses, but it's almost like a like one of those Skinwalker, or like the
Skinwalker. Is it like a really slender, kind of cryptid-looking thing?
yeah, kind of. It's like humanoid, but like the proportions of the eyes and features are like really weird.
Oh, skinwalkers. That's pretty scary. So
Oh
it's
yeah,
like
so
it's not quite human.
yeah, it's like a creepy looking guy. They describe him as unsettling, and sometimes they all this man that they see keeps giving them messages like go north for some reason, telling them to go north, whatever that means.
Maybe they're trying to avoid climate change. I don't know.
So the theories behind this whole lucid dreaming slash multiple people dreaming and seeing the same person is tied with like shared consciousness, paranormal connections, or of course government experiments involving like how they somehow manipulate dreams of people to have them share the same dream.
I wonder if there was any drug use involved, like with these people. Like, were any of them on a specific drug, or were they all?
No, didn't say, but I wouldn't be surprised if they were, because I've also heard anecdotal stories of people, both where both people had the same substance and they were able to. They claim that they were able to communicate telepathically.
I mean, when you're on like psychedelics or something, then you can definitely feel that. Like you're more connected with people and your surroundings. I'm not going to dismiss it as an illusion. I think there's something to that, but I don't think people, or at least many people, can do that when they're not on anything. I think it's more the substance.
Oh yeah, and we'll go into more of that later, talking about oxygen.
Oh shit! Yeah. Spoiler
yeah,
alert.
Spoiler.
Oxygen has
Oxygen.
a conspiracy theory
Yep.
of its own.
It's crazy. It doesn't make sense, but but I picked that one because it's really out of this world. Okay, next, astral projection is more tied with the 1983 CIA document called the Gateway Report. It looked into stuff like out of body experiences, remote viewing, which is astral projection, where you like yeet your soul out of your body, so you can like travel freely.
Like Doctor Strange, huh?
Yeah, like you can travel to Egypt if you want it within like a split second. If you think about Egypt, you're there. Like you're not limited by this like physical body, right? You in the physical body, you need to like take the plane there or whatever. But
Save you a lot of
astral
money.
projection, you just think about a location and you're there.
That's a great way of like saving money on vacation if you just learn to do astral projection.
Oh yeah.
Just meditate
yeah,
in your
sightseeing,
bedroom
yeah.
and I'm in Paris.
Yeah,
Boom.
I've met a guy who owns like a metaphysical store, like those hippie stores that sell crystals and incense. He has like a recliner, like a lazy boy recliner, just for his like astral projection trips. And he claims that he just lies there. It takes him like 5 minutes to get into that state, and he can like just travel wherever he wants to.
My question again would be, is there any substance involved?
Oh, who knows? I mean, these are all anecdotal, right? So, but it just gets you to think, like, what's possible? Like, what if it's true? What if these people actually have done it?
Well, then it doesn't become a conspiracy. It becomes sort of a truth if they manage
Yeah, but you
to
can't.
do
But
that.
you can't prove it. So,
But that's why
yeah.
it's a conspiracy, and that's why we're making this video.
So the Gateway Report was released in 2003. It talks about meditation techniques.
I was also released in 2003.
So, and then that practice supposedly lets you go beyond normal space and time, even into other dimensions. So it's not just traveling in this current Earth. You can be somewhere else in a different time or a different planet.
Jesus. I mean,
And
what other planet can you live on though as an astral projection? Does it
oh
matter?
well, when you're in that like more spirit form, you're not confined by the needs of needing oxygen or water,
Oh,
or
so you can walk on the sun, basically.
if you wanted to, because your body is still like here. It's just basically your mind is over there by the sun.
Your mind or your spirit?
It's like depends on how you want to. Yeah, really depends on you really. Like I would go with spirit, but then your mind is what's perceiving the images that you're seeing. So is it really a real experience, or it's just all in your head?
Well, perhaps
That's also like an argument that all these astral projection, the imagery and experiences are just all in your head, or hallucination, like you said, with the taking substances.
sounds like a fun trip.
Yeah,
Not gonna lie.
but it is definitely a fun trip, like dreaming or like being high on some substance and then going to another planet. All sounds fun, but apparently the CIA looked into this for spying purposes.
Ah, those fuckers always using it for some shady
Yep.
purpose.
And ties into programs like the Stargate, Project Stargate.
That sounds like a dope ass video game, to be honest. Stargate.
But of course, like experts and scientists don't buy this bullshit. They say that this astral projection is just a trip, like it's all in your head, like intense dreams.
They've been co-opted.
It's
by
hallucination.
The CIA. That's what's going on, Tony.
They've been
co-opted.
Or maybe that's what they want you to think.
That's where
it's not actually.
get real deep.
Yeah, it's not actually where your soul leaves your body and travel beyond time and space.
Wouldn't that be cool though?
Oh, absolutely. It'd be way like it's cheaper than video games even. Like it's like
And
another
deeper.
way. It's another way of entertainment, another form of entertainment.
If anything can get me off of cyberpunk, it would be that. If you can teach me how to project my consciousness outside of my body and visit, Milan or like Moscow or something, I would.
Yeah, anywhere you want to go.
Where would I
And
wanna be
nobody
right
would know.
now?
Nobody would know.
Hawaii, bro.
Yeah.
Or inside of Gal Gadot's bedroom. Who knows? Shit, we might have to edit that out. My bad. You know what? I'll leave it to you. If you want to keep it, you can keep it. Whatever.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
My mind wanders. Right, what's the next one?
Next one I briefly mentioned, the Dyatlov Pass. This one's pretty famous. It's the 9 experienced hikers. In 1959, led by Igor Dyatlov. They went to the Northern Europe mountains, but they never returned.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Their bodies were found in different areas on the mountain. They weren't even like together by the campsite. And interestingly, with the campsite, they found the tent was cut from the inside, as if they were trying to escape the tent. Also, their bodies were found. I think some of them were found completely naked, and in random locations, like one near a forest, the other were very far away. It wasn't fully naked, but like lightly dressed. Like they did take pieces of clothing off, but the weather there was like minus 30 Celsius.
You told me about at McDonald's about the hypothermia, where at the late stages you want to take your clothes off.
You perceive that you're actually burning up, and you start taking your clothes off, but you're actually freezing to death.
Jeez.
It's a really bizarre symptom.
Yeah, it's like the body is tricking itself.
That. And they were found with weird injuries of broken bones, ribs, fractured skull.
From within, though.
Yeah, from within. No bruises or no evidence that they had like external impact that caused the bones breaking. There are also traces of radiation found on their body and the clothing.
And this was in the 50s?
Yeah, 59.
Holy moly. It must have been some alien probe or something that went in there to wreak havoc.
Yeah, that was one of the theories, the alien activity, because witnesses saw orange orbs floating around the area, around the sky. Another one is the secret Soviet weapons testing, which explains the radiation and weird injuries. Or also, the hikers might have seen something that they weren't supposed to see, and then they were, dealt with afterwards.
They were certainly dealt with.
They were all dealt with. Another theory suggests that somehow the wind and the mountains created like a sound or frequency that messed with their mental state to make them panic and act.
See, that one just sounds
crazy.
Sketchy.
Yeah.
That's like, what kind of frequency?
Yeah, exactly. It's super vague. And this one is the last one is like just come on. They claim that they had an encounter with a Yeti.
Yeah, but how would a Yeti beat the shit out of them from within their own bodies?
Like X-ray vision, or like somehow make them explode.
It's micro
from the
Yetis.
inside.
They swallowed like a mini Yeti and then it ripped them apart.
From the inside.
Escaped through the anal
nanobots.
passage.
Like nanobots just going in.
That's my alien probe theory.
The nanobots thing, that's got its own.
Oh, it's another type of thing.
Well, I didn't include it, but I did watch a video. Like a lot of these different theories I've got from the Wendigoon iceberg video that was like super long, but I just picked a few. It was 9 hours, 9.5 hours. I didn't watch the whole. No, I didn't watch the whole thing. That would be crazy. I just pulled out copy and paste the link onto this website that gave you the transcript, and then I made it summarize the video for me.
Wow, that's actually a great time-saving technique there. Well done.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna 9.5 hours. That's like a whole shift at work.
Yeah, it's like a.
But
wow.
But nanobots, yeah, it's the theory that he was talking about that involved nanobots or technology in general and AI and everything, was this singularity thing, where technology basically overpowers humanity.
That's the AI overlord
So you
theory.
have AI and different our dependency on technology, with all these screens, and then there's also the gray goo thing.
The what?
They could, yeah. He
Goo?
said it was. He called it a gray goo thing because the nanobots eventually get developed to the point that they are somehow combined with AI and decide to wipe out. They decide to see humanity as a threat and to wipe us out. So nanobots eventually will have the ability to just consume everything and then turn everything into this gray goo.
Jesus. At that point, I'd prefer just a nuclear war triggered by Skynet and Terminators to this being.
Yeah, because even if AI decides to wipe us all out, how would it go about doing that?
I don't think it would wait for nanobots. I think it'd just do what Skynet did.
But that's still with robots and stuff.
I think even with just without the robots, if you have enough nukes that are strategically dispersed to make the entire world a radiation, full of radiation, that should kill people. Do all
the symptoms and trigger all the nuclear devices.
Yeah. And the thing is, the AI, if it's logged deep in a bunker, it'd be fine. The radiation would probably pass in, several thousand years.
Right.
And we'd be long gone before that. So the AI, if its goal was to preserve itself by eliminating humanity, then if I was an AI, that's how I would go about it. Global war, strategically dispersed nuclear warheads, worldwide radiation.
Oh yeah, that's a much more efficient way of wiping us out. Yeah, no need the middleman of nanobots or robots.
No, let nature do the work.
Yeah,
Let
we
the universe.
we already have the necessary means to kill everyone. So.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Oppenheimer, for that.
Right. Yep.
By the way, as a side note, check out Oppenheimer on Netflix. It's got Cillian Murphy playing as Oppenheimer, directed by Christopher Nolan. We're not sponsored, but it's a good movie, so check it out.
We got the Peaky Blinder guy.
Yeah, Peaky.
Peaky Blinder.
Don't mess with the Peaky fucking blinders.
Right.
That's my impression.
Okay. So next up, the ridiculous one,
Oxygen?
which is you're claiming oxygen is a hallucinogen.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
We're gonna get demonetized. Alright.
Well, we're not monetized, so it doesn't really affect us.
Right checkmate, bitches.
Checkmate, YouTube.
Yeah.
Flag us all you want.
That's right. Misinformation, my ass. Alright, let's check it out. What do we got?
It's pretty simple. They claim that oxygen is actually a hallucination that's making us perceive this reality, but it's limiting us to only see this from like in the 3D realm. But then actual hallucinogen, like psychedelics, sort of give us a break from this illusion and take us beyond out of this 3D realm, beyond what we can perceive, like right now. So when we look at a tree, it's no longer a tree, it's just like crazy patterns. And we can perceive beings.
And that's the real world, right?
Yeah, they say that that's actually the real world. Not whatever the simplified version that we perceive as real world.
And I ask you in return, what is real? If you see it and you feel it, is it not real to you?
Exactly. That the whole philosophy behind that topic, that can be a whole nother episode.
Well, there's a shared reality like the one that we're living in right now. We both can agree that we're sitting in a car talking to a phone camera.
Yeah.
But we also have our own internalized reality about what our thoughts and feelings are.
Yeah.
And when we take psychedelics, that world manifests itself through our eyes and becomes what surrounds us in our minds.
And if
like a dream, right?
Yeah, like if we take the same substance, we could possibly perceive the same visuals and like beings or aliens or whatever from like a higher dimension. Just as how we can perceive the same camera, we're in the same car while breathing in oxygen.
The best drug you'll ever need.
Best drug that you need to survive.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Amen to oxygen.
Yeah, so that's a brief one. It just sounded ridiculous. Like I wanted to talk about it a little bit. But this next one is a huge,
Simulation
big.
theory?
This one is big.
Right.
Simulation theory. Oh yeah.
Oh, that kind of ties into the oxygen one.
Yeah.
We had a text about this. We texted each other, and you said that simulation theory is actually not depressing. Can you give us
I don't see it as depressing. Well, let's start somewhere, whatever interview it was, Elon Musk mentioned that the chances of us living in actual reality is like 1 in a billion.
What?
Someone said that on the internet, so
it must be true.
Must be true, right?
Jesus,
anyways,
1 in a billion.
Yeah. Anyways, the chances of this reality of everything that we have existing and functioning is like very slim. Like how the galaxy and universe was created, and we have the Milky Way, and then the solar system, we have Earth, and then we have life forms on Earth. The chances of that happening is equivalent to like having like an analog watch with hundreds of parts, tiny little intricate parts, disassembled, thrown into like a pool, and then have like a vortex form within the pool, swirling around, and then somehow bringing all the parts together and recreating a functional watch.
Okay, you know what? Let's say we live in a simulation. Let's say we wake up from the simulation, and we're in another universe, how is that one created? Is that a simulation too? Because eventually, if you get this to its logical conclusion, there is a base reality where the simulation of simulations was created, and then you're still stuck with the same problem of this watch and the vortex of like how life was created.
But we will never know. We will never know.
Maybe we will. I mean, what if we pass away and then we move on to the next?
We might go to it would just be a higher level. There could be many higher levels, right?
Buddhism
of existence,
right?
Sure, that's part of it. Or even if you look at the Ant-Man movies, when
quantum realm,
when Ant-Man like shrinks itself so much to like subatomic levels, there's actually a different realm. I think I forget which movie it was, but it was like pretty recent.
Smaller than small.
Yeah,
just
the smaller keeps shrinking, and then he actually ended up into another realm
in limbo
with like beings at that like tiny subatomic level. It's like quantum at this point. It's not even subatomic, but anyways, there's like a quantum realm of like different people, different beings living in that realm. So you can keep shrinking or you can keep expanding. And that gets tied into, or gets compared to just pixels on a screen in a video game. Like if you, or even just an image. If you keep zooming in, you just end up seeing pixels. And if you keep zooming into things, you see atoms. And even within the atom, within the neutron itself, there's even more smaller parts. And that's still only, that's as far as we can see with the technology and the equipment that we have now. That's as much as we can zoom in.
What about quarks?
So far, yeah, that's quark inside a neutron,
right.
Which is, the quark is smaller than neutron, of course, but maybe there's
what's
even
inside
smaller
a quark?
Parts. Exactly.
Let's say it's a schmark. What's inside a schmark?
What's schmark? Schmork. I don't know.
A schmork. Whatever. We're making shit up.
Yeah, we're just making shit up. But
what if you go further and
further, if you keep
going
further and further, where do you end up? Do you tear open a black hole, or do you get into the realm where Ant-Man ended up in?
Yeah. You just meet God at one point. You're just in this small beyond small. And it's
like... So some of the interesting clues. I texted you about the wave particle duality.
Yeah, I didn't even get into that. It sounds very complex.
But anyway, it's just light behaves differently depending on
how you look at it, right? Yes.
Yeah. If it's observed or not.
Yeah.
If you look at it, then it's a particle. But if you don't look away, when it's not observed, it's a wave. So it's like reality doesn't render until observed. Just like how like graphics in a game are rendered.
So is this a conspiracy, or is this, because it sounds kind of scientific?
It's like, you could say, like, it's scientific explanations, but it's still just clues. It's not solid evidence. You can compare like the memory of a brain versus the memory of a computer, but it doesn't mean that the thing are equal. What there's not, we can't prove it.
Well, a brain is the most sophisticated computer to ever exist, possibly to ever exist, but yeah. It's not the same thing, obviously. What we have compared to the human brain, even with all the AI advancements, is still primitive. Even if we don't have the same computing horsepower that AI does, or,
Yeah, if we are already creating AI and like different video games, like how immersive they are in VR. So what's to say that somebody didn't create this game?
Should that change how we live, though?
I'm not saying it should change.
I'm not saying you're saying anything. I'm saying, what do you think?
That's just like an interesting way to look at it from a different perspective.
Do you think we should live like differently under those circumstances, or just like, what would your advice be for people to cope with that?
If that's actually proven that we are in a simulation, I think we should all just take it a lot less seriously and not confine ourselves so much. I'm not saying to go like commit crimes or whatever, but there's still rules in a game. There's still consequences. But if it's like just a game, like the impermanence of it. It's like give yourself less pressure, I would say. Like I would give myself a lot less pressure if I knew this was a game. But going back to the other clues is the max speed in this universe, or at least the speed that we know is the speed of light. And people argue that if this was reality or created to exist and have well anyways, if this was reality, it's not supposed to have a cap. Well, because we know the universe is ever expanding, but then how come the fastest speed is speed of light for us?
Well, because time doesn't have a cap, does it? Like if you place something out
but why does speed have a limit?
I don't know, man. You're gonna have to ask God.
If time and space doesn't have a limit, but why does speed have a limit? That's like forcing a frame rate cap and capping it at 60 FPS.
That is an interesting one because I can't answer that, and it does sound like a bit of the way you phrase it sounds like a technological limit.
It's like
doesn't sound natural, does it?
It doesn't. It's almost as if the speed limit is there to free up RAM.
Shit, yeah, maybe you're right.
Also, there's an argument of the reason why we need to sleep is also to free up RAM. Because we're no longer perceiving this, so it no longer is observed and no longer has to render as much.
But what happens if we have more and more and more humans? Like we keep expanding, let's say Elon's plan succeeds, we make colonies on Mars, we have like 1 billion people there, we expand from Mars to the rest of the solar system, eventually there's trillions of people. That could completely crash the illusion then, if you have so many freaking people out there.
Yeah.
What happens then? Is it like we're going to have, that's never going to happen because we're going to have a nuclear war, and then it'll go from, our population will go from 8 billion to like 500 million, and then like...
Yeah, that could happen. To like, it's like the system cleaning itself to, again, free up the processing or the memory space.
But here's another question.
To closing the tabs.
Yeah, closing...
on Google Chrome.
Yeah.
So you don't, overwhelm the system.
Okay, let's say the world around us is generated by a computer. Are we conscious entities using the computer? Like someone playing a video game? Or are we NPCs in the video game that are generated by the computer?
It's kind of hard to pick one or the other. Like, Buddhism pretty much says it's both. Which is not explaining anything. You're not answering anything. Maybe you say it's both, because in Buddhism, in the Heart Sutra, there's a phrase: "Form is emptiness. Emptiness is form."
What does that mean?
Which is just not saying anything. It's saying, well, when you form is in like solid matter, like people, things. But emptiness is like, it's like none of these things exist independently.
Independently, okay. So it all kind of, it's into an
it's all interconnected.
Okay, let's take this further. If this is a computer system, what is the point of it? What is the purpose? Is it maybe...
But what is the purpose for who? Like, from whose perspective?
That's another thing. But let's say it was meant for us. Let's say possibly we came from a world which was devastated by some untold calamity, and it was impossible for us to live happy, meaningful lives in that world. But we had access to unmatched computing power and insane simulation technology. So then we decided to create this illusionary world for ourselves, which still emulated struggle, but it was livable enough. that we could still live our lives and, have some sort of exciting challenge ahead of us, but we didn't have to live in the calamitous world from which we came. And the system tricks us into thinking that this is the real world, and only now we're starting to realize that maybe it's not entirely real. What if?
It's like I guess the purpose. Why do we have this then? Then it's honestly just to entertain ourselves, I guess. keep the mind busy.
I guess.
Yeah.
But that's just, it's a crazy idea.
Just for the dopamine hit. It's kind of grim. That philosophy is basically saying, we're only keep living and doing the things and achieving goals and going after desires because we're seeking that next dopamine hit.
I mean, isn't that what we're doing in our real lives? Isn't that why porn exists, why video games exist, why we eat junk food for that dopamine hit?
I think, like, the Christianity 7 sins, deadly sins, includes all of that. It's the distraction. It's a distraction from dealing with your own problems, like an addiction. The deadly sins it's better to look at them as addictions. And Buddhism have that too. Like, they don't really condone behavior like binging, watching porn, doing drugs, or using anything to escape from the present moment or the current state or the emotions that you're feeling right now. It's the escape that's the problem, not the thing that you're doing. It's you're using those things to escape from something. And Christianity is you're escaping from God. And then Buddhism is like you're escaping from who you are. And then the reason, for Buddhism, why we keep reincarnating back into this game is we still haven't sat with who we really are. And we keep using this external world, all the food, the beauty, all the stimulation to, again, keep distracting ourselves from ever becoming our true self, I guess, or seeing our true self. And that's the addiction. And the ultimate addiction is the addiction to this illusion, which is, they call it Maya. And so, yeah, if you believe in reincarnation, the reason why we keep coming back is because we kind of want to. But in a way, it's not of our own choosing. It's like a reflexive, it's like, I have this urge, I must do something. That's what's keeping us coming back. Like, keeps us coming back to this game, if you want to see it as a game.
Well, in every game there's winners and there's losers. And yeah, I guess sometimes they're easy to spot, sometimes not, but the game of capitalism definitely makes it easier to spot winners and losers based on like what house they live in, what car they drive, how they dress. That's how you can tell.
It's like a pay-to-win game.
Well, I think the pay-to-win element would be like, those like starter packs that you can get for a really good price when you're just starting the game and it gives you a bunch of good stuff.
Yeah.
That's basically the equivalent of having like an inheritance.
Oh, absolutely.
Like being born into a rich family and having
that's
to do
exactly
jack
it.
shit. And then like you're gonna be richer than that kid who's in college working his ass
but
off for the next 20 years.
The kid could also squander all that money away or go gambling and just lose it all within like a year.
That's true.
Yeah, it depends.
Or you can just buy all the crack in the world and overdose.
Yeah.
So I guess the lesson would be to if you're watching this and you have an inheritance, don't piss it away.
Yeah.
You have a great opportunity to live a
Great hands are dealt, but don't fuck it up.
you have a great opportunity to get a head start in life.
Yeah.
And live something that is exciting, fulfilling, and interesting, without having to worry too much about the basic necessities. But don't engage in hedonism too much, or in stuff that will not bring you any meaning, but will just satisfy some short-term need. Have a long-term mindset, Look for deeper things. At the end of the day, money is just a tool. And I think a lot of people would do well to remember that.
Right, that's a good way to wrap it up.
Road Rage and the boys, we're chilling here. And till next time, keep it real and make wise decisions. Live a fulfilling life and stay tuned.